And this was on February the 18th when the letter's postmarked. And so I write him back and saying that, she's been gone for a couple weeks, that she's been since the 1st of February, she's been reported missing. And so then on February the 26th, he then writes a letter to me this time, and this is what he says in the letter. He says, "Dear Howard, I got you. I want you to call the Denver FBI office and ask for Agent Rich Price. Tell him who you are and what has happened. He knows me and has talked to LeAnn a few times," which was kind of strange to me. I don't understand what's going on there. Says, "Tell him to come see me right away because I know what's going on and she is with some very dangerous people. She was just supposed to deliver a message and not hook up with this guy." And later I find out this guy he's referring to is Hannibal, who in turn is Scott Kimball. Right. So I did call the FBI, and I called this agent, and he was there, and I talked to him and told him, that LeAnn was missing and that Stephen Hawley pretty much knew what kind of trouble she was into, and that he requests that he go see him. And he said he didn't say that he knew the FBI agent. He didn't say he knew LeAnn, which was a little strange since Stephen Hawley is saying that they met several times. Stephen Hawley maybe was lying. I don't know. It's hard to say. But he did say that, yes, I know Stephen Hawley. He did know Stephen. And he's basically said that Stephen Hawley is a big liar, and there isn't anything that comes out of his mouth that is going to be the truth. So he said, for me to go down there and talk to him about the disappearance of your daughter would be a total waste of time. And he said, I'm not going to do it.
Did you ever point blank ask him who Hannibal was?
Yes, it was right after that. I said, now we know Hannibal's not his real name. What is his real name? And he says, I'm not going to tell you. He said, if I told you, I'd put both you and your family in danger. And he says, call the FBI, get them down here, and I'll tell them all about it. I'll tell them everything I know. And that's what I did. I called after I met him, I called the FBI again. And this time I didn't talk to the agent I talked to before. And they acted, when they got on the person, there was a lady I talked to, I got on the phone. She was very interested. She took my name, my address, my phone number, and he said, okay, fine. He says, we'll have an agent come out here and talk to you right away, or we'll call you right away, and never. So I gave up on it, which was probably a mistake. I should have pushed it, because that's what started the investigation, is when especially Bob Markham, the father of Jennifer Markham, started pushing it. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He just kept pushing it until finally, he showed them enough evidence that, they needed to investigate. And he said, well, we wanted to talk to LeAnn because we have a suspect of a possible 3 murders here in Denver, and that maybe LeAnn, we were hoping that LeAnn might know something about this person because her picture was found on his computer. And they were referring to, they didn't even tell me who, it was Scott Kimball. They just said this person that they've arrested. And then they said, well, I really hate to tell you this, but it looks like now that we're going to have to add LeAnn to the list of being possibly murdered by this person that we have, the suspect that we have in custody.